though the deal they struck was long forgot. The curse invoked had surely remembered them. Now the Goblin Prince controlled their hearts. The cursed sigil drives him forward. Near expedition's end, the men were thrown into wildest confusion by the vanishment of their navigating apparatus. Blame grows in their hearts, and teeth are bared. Alone now, and forever. Treaties made hastily in the dark seemed feeble now, and suspicious eyes glimmered in the squalid gloom. Hollow eyes filled with such hate, such murderous intent. These shattered men will forever haunt his dreams. Sacrifices being made, the men grow giddy as the summoned entity impregnates their hearts, and wearing them for skin, it has their fingers reach for blades. And the eternal cycle continues. All their joy crumbles to dust as the wretched altar is found barren. Tears of anguish twist into rage. The morbid chase has just begun. What obscene rites had been witnessed here? What base god would demand such ritual? He could see fanatic devotion in their eyes, daggers drawn. But at this horrid nexus, the dead could transgress as they wish. There was no going back now. But perhaps there would be an end to it after all. A chance at redemption, if only for one. They left me no choice. He almost convinced himself. All the horror, the men they had lost, and the terrible things they had done, all now for naught. No one must know the price they had paid. And with an end to the savagery, the door clicks open. They spat at him, called him monster, but in the dark he saw them as they truly were. The night would be his. There would be no egress from this tomb. The darkness closed in and chilled them to the bone. Frantic voices, panic, there was no escape. Alone now, and no hope of escape. In the end, the thing that broke them was a single uttered giggle. Nerves wound so tight their minds have cracked, and that one deranged sound undoes them. Time to flee this horrid place. It was as if the very walls themselves were alive with that menacing hatred, sucking at their will, tearing at their sanity. that prophecy indeed is true, that this is only the beginning. The acrid stench was on his breath, and they knew what he had done. But they hungered as he did, and as his blood-flecked smile flashed in the dark, they set upon him. Dear God, what will he ever tell their families? More victims had entered its dominion, and like all those before, would be consumed. That rush, that exhilaration, he must have more. Had they known the purpose of the horrid scene before them, they may have had a chance to flee while their minds were still their own. Hackles rising, he heard their whispers still. Lost in here and haunted, just as the cripple had foretold. Suspicions rise in rotting minds. He sneers and grips the hidden blade. Odd how the silence fell so suddenly. How many had ventured here, so far below the rotting dirt? How many souls had been debased by those forgotten passages? And with that violent act, all hope was lost. The palpating worm they drew forth with the cursed ceremony was scarcely the creature they had sought. And when finding a host, that devil thing breeds murder! Weeping, laughing, he presses onwards. He begs them no, this is exactly what the demon wants. But they're too far gone beneath the spell, and now he must defend himself. And the witch cackles all the louder. The signs were drawn correctly. The Black Tome's instructions followed to the letter. Soon, it would be over. But first, the sacrifice! A tear is shed, and he vows to make it out alive. The horrid truth looms unspoken. The child will not be found alive. More blind denial will spell their deaths. There is no way out but mutiny. Forgive me, he cries. But there is no warmth of mercy in the blood of the murdered.